Today we're going to be introducing Eddie to you, but before we tell you a little bit more about Eddie, we are going to inform you that Eddie needs to wear a muzzle when he's off of Dogs Trust premises, because he's not particularly friendly with other dogs. He prefers his own company, and so we are going to demonstrate, whilst telling you about the sort of home Eddie needs, how we take his muzzle off and also how we put it back on. And we're going to be doing this in the private enclosure of our Dogs Trust grounds. And this is our trainer Amy, and she looks after Eddie, so she's going to be answering some of my questions about how Eddie came to us first of all. So Amy, how did this lovely boy come to us?
He came to us, I think he was from Scotland.
Okay.
And he came in with his sister.
So Eddie came into us as a stray from Scotland, is that right?
Yeah, he came in with his sister, but she's found a home, so he's just looking for one now.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the sort of home ideally we'd like to find for Eddie.
We need an adult-only home, just because Eddie's a bit worried by his handling.
Okay, yeah, so young kids is a bit too much for him to cope with.
Yeah. Also a home without any other dogs, because ever since his sister's gone, he's started to struggle when he sees them.
Okay.
So this will be ongoing in his home.
Okay, that's fine. I did mention that he does sort of prefer his own company. He's not particularly happy around other dogs. So I was explaining as you were walking in with Eddie that he is has been on a muzzle program. Is that right?
Yeah, and he quite happily wears his muzzle because it's always positive.
Okay.
And he's always walked on it, so it always becomes a nice thing for him.
Okay. So with this muzzle program, just tell anybody that might be interested in Eddie how that will work when he goes into his home, what they'll need to do with the muzzle.
With the muzzle, it's just a case of, obviously he has a treat in it when he has it put on.
Yep.
And when he's walking around, we still continue putting treats in it.
Okay.
And then he just has it off after his walk, and it causes him no problems. He can still drink with it and run around.
Excellent, yep. So once he's back home and he's in his own comfort and he's got his own garden that's enclosed, the muzzle is off, so it's just when they're taking him out and about that they'll need to continue placing the muzzle on.
Yeah, that's right.
Fab. And what's he like indoors? What sort of things does he enjoy? Does he like toys?
Yeah, he loves his toys. He's got a ball here. He's just learning to give it up because he doesn't always want to give it up.
It's just too much fun to keep chewing it. Oh, there's a good ball. So we're going to demonstrate for you now, or Amy's going to demonstrate for you exactly how we make and how she has made the muzzle a positive thing for Eddie to have on. So this is what she does.
Eddie! See? Eddie? In it goes. In there. It's in there. Good boy.
There we go. So Amy popped a treat in there, and Eddie smelt it and popped his nose in to get the treat, and whilst he was doing that, Amy just slips it over his ears, and there he is, happy boy. He can pant, he can have a drink, and as Amy said, to make it a positive thing whilst he's wearing it, she regularly just pops treats in through the side for him to have, and he wears that without any bother at all. But as I mentioned earlier, he has the muzzle off in here because this is Dogs Trust private land, so there's no other doggies around, so Eddie's quite a happy boy and he can have his muzzle off, which is what you could do in the garden with him, with his new owners. But he's a lovely boy, he really clearly likes to play. And would he be happy being left while people went out to go shopping or had to go to work?
I'd imagine, obviously, I think it always needs to be built up once in a new home. But I mean, he loves to chew, so obviously if he gets lots of chewing material, I'm sure he'd be happy for a couple of hours. Good boy.
Excellent. And no other pets in the home as well as dogs?
No, not at present.
No, okay. And is there anything else that you think people would like to know about Eddie? Anything quirky at all, or any more key pieces of information?
He's just a really sweet dog, fun to have around. It does take a little while to get to know you, but once he knows you, trusts you really well.
Oh, he was anticipating the hot dog treat then. What a good boy. That's a lovely paw he gives as well. So he learns quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
He's a clever boy. And how old is Eddie?
I believe he's just over 1 now.
Okay, so he's still a young
Still
dog.
only a baby.
And he's a bit of a Dalmatian cross, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh. So he just needs some sort of, would you say, energetic owners for his walks when he's out and about? People who like to go for long strolls?
I mean, he loves to go for walks, but obviously they're going to need to go walking, obviously not in parks because of the dogs.
Yep.
So he's quite happy going for road walks, but also if they can walk kind of in the countryside,
So
or at times when there's not many dogs around.
Sure, so ideally they'd need to own a car so that they can drive to quiet locations with him.
And we do need a garden, obviously, because he loves to play off lead.
Yeah. Okay. So, if anybody's interested in giving Eddie a home, then please do come and see us at Dogs Trust Shoreham or give us a call on 01273 452 576.